Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Suratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jaya Guru Raya. Rama 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 Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Suratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama Rama Ram. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Jai Guru Raya. Ramsuratkumar Yogi Ramsuratkumar Jaya Guru भगवान श्री योगी रामसूरतकुमार की जय। सर्वं Yogi Ramsuratkumar Ashram. This one more evening twilight, favorable to worship. And we are extremely fortunate that we have been given this chance every day without fail. And for the past 2.5 years, just imagine what a fortune of grace. With deep gratitude, we have offered the Nama lotuses at the lotus feet of Bhagwan. And before we offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet, we shall have another glimpse of the working of grace. Bhagwan is Kripa Samudram, the ocean of grace, and it's enough if we have even a drop of this ocean. It's Amrita. Now, we know how today's world is full of competitions. Wherever you go, there is competition. Sometimes it reaches extraordinary levels. The competition can also be called killer competition. Take up studies or any field for that matter. There is competition among the colleagues. And somehow or the other, people want to come to the front. Whether they are talented enough, whether they deserve it or not, this competition is going on. And the only aim is somehow reach out to the front, pushing everyone else backward. I came across a two-liner where it says, the first brick that's being laid will go down into the foundation, and that's far away from the colors of a tower. Whereas the last brick that has waited long will go to the top and very near, almost touching the colors. The colorsums, they are the energy points. One can see almost on every tower, a gopuram of a temple. They are the energy points, and they bring down the cosmic energy to the sanctum sanctorum. You see, in the competition, the first brick, the brick that comes first, will go down into the foundation, whereas the one that waits long, the last brick, will go up to the colors. Now when I read it, a certain scene presented itself before me. It's been several years now, but then it makes a point which all of us have to remember. Bhagwan started giving darshan in Sudama after he shifted from Sannidhi street house to Sudama in Ramannagar. In those times, we would all be sitting with Bhagwan, singing his Nama, and Mrs. Prabha Sundaram, used to go to the gate
and regulate the crowd there. She would be letting in people one by one, standing at the gate all the time, the gate of Sudama. It happened after the initial shift. The crowds began to increase and there was a very long queue. A long line of devotees, which kept growing also. One day in the morning, a man was standing almost at the end of the line, suddenly detached himself from the line. And he started to walk very fast to the front. And some people tried to stop him, saying that we are all coming in the queue and we are all waiting our time, our turn. And how could you push everybody behind and move forward? It's not fair. But the man wouldn't listen to anybody. He behaved very arrogantly, as though it was his right to move forward. And he came straight to the front of the line. And naturally the people began to grumble. And somehow he got into the house also. And then there was a few persons far away from this. There was a foreign lady. And when her turn came, she complained to Prabha, see, this is not fair what you people are doing. This man came all the way from behind. He pushed everybody behind and then he came forward. And then you let him in? How is it fair? We have all been waiting for so long, awaiting our turn. How can this happen in the presence of a great soul? Swami is seated inside. How could he allow it? How could he make this happen in his presence? It's not fair at all. He should not have been allowed inside. And of course, Srimati Prabha could not say anything because we never talked unnecessarily to people. We would just listen to everything in silence and later would report to Bhagwan. Mrs. Prabha kept quiet and allowed this lady inside. And when she came inside, there was space only near Bhagwan. People kept coming one after the other in the line and they filled up. And there was only one space left and that was very near Bhagwan. She came and seated herself there. And suddenly, there was a smile on her face. Her face lighted up. And then she kept smiling all through. And finally, before she left, she said, Swami, you have to forgive me. Today something happened that we were all standing in a line and moving forward with discipline. But then this man pushed everybody behind, walked to the front and was allowed inside. So I fought with the lady who was there at the gate. I said, how is it fair? How could you allow him in? He pushed everybody behind. It was sheer indiscipline. And then, now, I suddenly find myself seated very near you, whereas that man is seated far away from you. He is there at the end of this line, and I am sitting near you. Now I am happy. I know that in the presence of a God man or God, everything gets adjusted and everything is a fair game. Despite the competition, despite his pushing and jostling everybody, in your presence here, he is seated the last. I take back my objection and I apologize profusely for what happened. I know that in your presence, only the fair, only the right will happen. Nothing can go wrong. This is divine justice. Bhagwan didn't say anything, simply smiled and then dropped something into her hand as prasad and then let her out. But then this reminds me of the divine justice that is at work all the time. We see that people who are doing adharmic activities can buy the law with money or power, and then they escape unscathed. And we know how unfair it is, yet we cannot do a thing about it. But then let's remember, there is this law of karma, and there is this divine justice. The divine justice is precise and unrelenting. So in the presence of Bhagwan, without Bhagwan doing anything, it automatically happened that the man who pushed everybody behind got the last seat, and the one who objected to this indiscipline got the first seat. It just happened very naturally. Bhagwan did not arrange anything at all. This is what happens to the world also. An innocent man may be framed and sent to the gallows, but the culprit, might have bought the human justice with his power and money. Yet, in the next birth, he would be innocent of some crime, and then he would be sent to the gallows in the place of someone else, some other culprit. The divine justice. We see in the temples and in other places also a long queue, waiting and waiting for hours. And then there are some people who are taken straight to the sanctum sanctorum. We saw some 2 days back how Kausalya prayed to Bhagwan. She found herself last in the queue and at a very long distance from the shrine. And then she kept chanting Yogi Ramsuratkumar Nama and praying and praying. You are the one, you are the deity in the sanctum sanctorum also. And there is so much distance between you and me. You are the ultimate God. Nothing is impossible for you. I pray to you, please take me near you. And very soon, a pujari appeared there, called only Kausalya and her husband, and took them straight to the place near the deity by another door. Now here we see how the prayer and nama chanting, which is tapas. A tapas can change the course of event. A tapas has the power to change. So everything is justified. We see so many people being taken forward. And we think in our eyes they are very unfair and indisciplined, and yet they would have definitely done something to deserve it. We do not know it. We know only the present slice of life. And we judge everything with the knowledge, the limited knowledge we have, and the little experience. Whereas there is much more before we came to this earth, and there is much more after. We have only a glimpse of the present slice of life. And we judge everything by our own limited intellect. I remember in my early days, I would have waited for a bus for about 45 minutes. It was totally unnecessary because the bus was a frequent one, but somehow something happened that I had to wait for 45 minutes for a very frequent bus to appear. And I was thinking, why? This is so unfair. I was a small girl, and I found it very unfair, and I was blaming God. How could you allow this to happen? This bus comes every 10 minutes, and now it's 45 minutes. And then the next time I had to go elsewhere, and the buses were all very rare. Sometimes if we miss one bus, we may have to wait for 5 hours. So I thought there was no hope at all. Anyway, I had no idea when the bus would come. It was an official bus taking us to a village. And I was thinking, okay, today, even for that frequent one, I had to wait for 45 minutes. And now this is a rare one. I may have to wait for 5 hours. And suddenly the bus appeared. And there was no difficulty at all. And then it struck me that there must be some justice behind it. The tapas I did by waiting for 45 minutes for a frequent one made up for this particular chance. Didn't I blame God for the unfairness? So there is so much subtlety behind the run of this world. And it's being done by God. And so there is always divine justice in everything that happens around. If we remember that, we will have no reason to grumble at all. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the feet of Bhagwan. Bhagwan, what we see in today's world is a lot of violence, disharmony, chaos, indiscipline. We are not complaining, but then this is the situation and only you can change it. We beg you again and again and again, 1,000,000 times, for your immediate divine intervention to uproot all this and bring back once again a dharmic normalcy in all aspects of life. Peace, harmony and order. We also beg you to uproot all the negativities of the mind that are responsible for today's world situation. We beg you again to reach out to all those people who have been suffering severely in different ways, in different places. And we beg you to do the needful. We also beg you to protect all those unselfish people who have been working very hard for the sake of the others. We also beg you for a boost to our economy. And we pray and pray in all earnestness and sincerity for unceasing chanting of your name, your powerful name, unbroken remembrance of your divinity. We know, as per your saying, that no single Nama goes waste. Every Nama does its transforming work. We also beg you to bless us to be fine and sattvic instruments in your hands so that we run our everyday life as an offering to you. Please bless us not to be caught by the temptations of Maya. We also seek your blessings, that ultimate grace, that supreme blessing for the supreme state of being, the supreme state of bliss, for which, of course, we need to be purified. We take refuge in your Nama and Seva, and we know when we advance enough, we will be able to detect, you will be able to see unfailingly your living, vibrant presence everywhere and everything. Please bestow that grace upon us to be able to see only your sankalpa behind all the happenings of life. Please bless us again to enable us to see your hidden grace even in the most ruinous sufferings of life. We know every suffering that life brings to us is what we invited by our bad karmas of the past, and yet your boundless compassion puts a blessing in it for our spiritual growth, for our closer kinship with you. Please bless us to take every adversity as a blessing in disguise and be grateful to you for that. We also beg you for all the species of the cosmos to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we seek that liberation from the vicious cycle of births and deaths. How tired we are, birth after birth after birth, caught in the huge tsunami waves of sorrows and joys of life. Bhagwan, we know we have to be free from the deadly grip of our ego, the I and mind that run our everyday life, the whole life. We beg you to bless us with eternal living, living from eternity to eternity in you, the eternal supreme. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.